U.S. and Russian delegations met in Saudi Arabia to advance talks on ending the Russia-Ukraine war. The two sides agreed to form high-level teams to handle negotiations. Joining me now to discuss the peace talks with Russia is retired Colonel Darren Gobb, senior geopolitical strategist, former Black Hawk helicopter pilot, and former battalion commander. Colonel, great to have you again. The United States and Russia met to discuss the possibility of ending the Russia-Ukraine war. How significant was the fact that this meeting even happened in the first place?
Hey, yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me on. And it's very significant. In fact, from a historian's perspective, I think back to World War II Yalta Conference. I think of Gorbachev meeting with Reagan in Iceland and near the end of the Cold War. And so this is close to being along those lines as far as its potential significance, not only to ending this specific conflict, but what it could potentially mean for the road ahead about relationships between Russia, the United States, Russia, and Europe, as well as when you look eastward, what is or could have been potentially at one point in the future, Russia's relationship with China, which has always been rocky too.
And if Trump succeeds at securing peace between Russia and Ukraine, what could that mean for U.S.-Russia relations, like you were talking about earlier? And furthermore, Russia-China relations in turn? Because, as you know, Russia and China have been drawing closer since this war began, and the U.S. and China aren't exactly friends here.
Well, the U.S. and China aren't exactly friends. We're strategic competitors. Russia and China throughout history have not always been friends. In fact, they've been enemies more than they have been friends. And that relationship has always been a little tenuous. And this was a friendship driven by need and not by affinity. That friendship has already started to fray. And if we do this right and bring Russia back into the fold of something more Western than they are now, that could bode well for our long-term relationship. And the challenge will be, despite the fact what Russia has done in Ukraine, how horrible this war was, the decisions they made as a nation and with regards to atrocities and things like that, we also cannot repeat what I call Versailles 2.0, which is punish the aggressor so bad, all you've done is make things worse, and you have another war in 10, 15, or 20 years, and you start this cycle all over again. There's a lot to be seen there, and we have a long ways to go. But for the first time, I'm looking forward to seeing where this could go towards peace rather than just letting the war continue for no reason.